Today I will be explaining the different groups and families in the periodic table. Let's begin with the hydrogen group. The hydrogen group has different characteristics than the alkali metals. It only has one proton that is followed by one electron. Next are the alkali metals. The alkali metals are very reactive due to the fact that they only have one valence electron. If cesium and francium are the most reactive metals in the group. If any of those are exposed to water, they will explode. Next, we will move on to the alkaline earth metals. The alkaline earth metals are still very reactive, but they only have 2 valence electrons in the outer shell. These elements react great with any elements that have 6 valence electrons in the outer shell. Next, we'll move on to the transition metals. The transition metals are malleable and ductile, and iron, cobalt, and nickel are the only metals that can produce a magnetic field. Next, we move on to the two that are below the transition metals, the lanthanides and the actinides. The lanthanides, also known as the rare earth metals, when they are combined with different elements, they form ionic compounds. Next are the actinides. Plutonium and uranium are the two actinides that you probably should know because they are used in nuclear weapons. Next are the post-transition metals. Post-transition metals have a high density and are opaque in color. Next are the metalloids. The metalloids have characteristics of both metals and nonmetals. Silicon and germanium are two great examples because they are classified as nonmetals, but they are semiconductors. The next group are the other nonmetals. These are brittle and can be rolled up into wires, do not conduct electricity or heat very well, and oxygen and nitrogen are gas forms at room temperature, and carbon is a solid form at room temperature. Next are the halogens. The halogens have 7 valence electrons in the outer shell. These react great with the alkali metals such as sodium and chlorine, which produce salt. Any of these elements, when they react with the alkali metals, produce compounds called salts. The final group here are the noble gases. Noble gases have 8 valence electrons in the outer shell, except for helium, which only has 2. These their full outer shell makes them stable makes each element stable. I hope this information has been good for you, and I hope you have learned a little bit more about the periodic table.